Hey, it's JP again. Yo, what's up, you guys? So today I'm just doing a little bit of face practice. Instead of doing an actual, painting, I guess, I'm just trying to work on my face structure and proportions. How big are the eyes supposed to be? Where do they sit in proportion to the mouth and the nose? And highlights, shadows, what protrudes from the face, little things like that. I've been watching a lot of YouTube artists, Sam Does Art and Cynics, and they just trying to learn and trying to understand the structure of anatomy, I guess. They're kind of just basically anatomy courses on how the body looks, and it's good because it helps remove these misconceptions that I personally have with what I think the body looks like compared to what the body actually looks like. And so it's been helping a lot. I am excited over the progress that I've made just over the last month or two of trying to teach myself how to draw people. It is really something I've always wanted to learn, so I'm really, really happy with it. So I did there a kind of a head-on with light coming from above and looking right at the face, and here's a guy in profile, and I wanted the light to kind of be coming from right in front of him instead. And for some reason, when I recorded, I only caught part of my screen, which is fine. You guys are not really missing anything. Everything that I'm doing is still in view, which is good. I didn't again, none of this is from reference right here. This is all just from imagination because I'm just trying to practice. It's like the homework. I'm watching the YouTube videos and the masters do their thing, and then it's like, okay, now go home and practice what you learned. Well, this is me not using reference and just using the proportions that I remember from being taught. But there's little things that I don't quite have down yet, like how does the cheek shine from light right in front of it. And I'm trying to use the whole value system of either two different shadows and one highlight, or two different highlights and one shadow. And so obviously I'm doing the two different highlights and one shadow color here, just for blocking things out. I was taught not to use by one of the artists that I was watching. I was taught not to use lines and start painting with shapes, but that I noticed was specifically from reference. If you're using a reference, if there's someone sitting in front of you or you're looking at a photo, then don't draw lines around things, draw the shapes that you're seeing. But when you're drawing from imagination, especially as a beginner, I've noticed you need the lines. The lines are what are going to help you with the proportions, make sure things aren't all wonky and look good, look better. Eyes are still definitely where I struggle the most. I'm actually getting semi-decent at noses. Noses were a big struggle for me, but I kind of figured out some tricks that I was like, okay, as long as I do it this way, then no one's gonna know. No one's gonna know, and it looks fine. Which I've noticed is, us as artists, we are the most critical of our own work. And so I'm trying to break that personally, where even if I dislike something about what I've done, I need to look at what I did and look at where I was a while ago and pat myself on the back for giving 110%. And if something doesn't look right when you're working on it, finish it anyways. If you messed up in the beginning and it's totally fudged up the whole project, it's like that doesn't matter. Keep working. You can see I'm having issues with the mouth right here, just a little bit. I couldn't get the sizing right. I didn't get the proportions right, and I was kind of annoyed with it. And I was getting frustrated. But just stick with it. Just finish the project anyways, because you're gonna learn no matter what. If you follow it through to completion, whether you like the complete project or not, you're gonna know what not to do next time, instead of not teaching yourself that lesson and just walking away. Hair is still something I'm super stylized on. I really would like to learn more realistic hair, try and get it down a little bit better in a more realistic way, especially because the way that I do it, I use really soft brushes, as you can see. These soft brushes look fine if I was shading soft brushes on the actual person as well. But as you can see, I used just blobs of blocking out the shading on her face, so I should have used just blobs for the hair's highlights as well. Consistency is good. Consistency is, but again, I'm learning, and I'm looking at the things that I'm doing, and I'm trying to do better at them. So I'm excited, and I thank you guys for joining me on this journey. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and maybe leave a comment. Deuces.